Hey EMbers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking at my top 10 favourite Pokémon purchases of 2025, exclusively from Whatnot. So this is going to be my last ranking video of the previous year. Obviously we're in 2026 now. Previously I've done videos of my favourite video games I've played in 2025, my favourite video game purchases of 2025, and this is going to be my favourite Pokémon Whatnot purchases of 2025. I started using Whatnot in January 2025, however, not all of my purchases were shown on this channel. So my first Whatnot video was actually in March 2025. So from January to March, any purchases I made, I'm not going to know whether they were from Whatnot or not, to be honest with you. Whatnot or not. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So coming in at number 10, and it is a bit of a cheat because I'm using two, are my two Spinder plushies from Haneke. So you'll see other things, but we are just looking at these two Spinder plushies today. These were one of my earliest purchases on Whatnot, again from Haneke, and I love them so much, so they had to come in at number 10. Spoiler alert, you'll probably see a lot of Spinder in this video. In at number 9, also from Haneke and also plushies, are my giant Plusle and Minun plushies back there. So not the ones at the front, they are sitting cuties, the ones at the back. And the reason I'm filming it like this is because I could not be bothered to bring them down, to be honest with you. So in at number 9 is my giant Plusle and Minun plushies, again from Haneke. So in at number 7 is my Bonnie full art from Thol 93. I believe this was from Thol. It was quite a long time ago that I purchased this one. And the reason this made the top 10 is because my bunny rabbit is called Bonnie. I didn't know that there was a Bonnie in Pokemon. So when I saw this full art, I just had to grab it. I've since grabbed a couple more Bonnie cards. I actually have all of the Bonnie cards that are available. Coming up at number 7 is my Prismatic Evolutions Sylveon tin. This was purchased from Card School. The reason this is my number 7 is because I was really trying to find Prismatic Evolution stuff. As you know, if you are in the Pokemon world, I think Prismatic Evolutions was when Pokemon really took off in terms of reselling. There'd obviously been Pokemon resellers long before that, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Obviously, I'm on Whatnot, a platform for resellers, but I think Prismatic was when it really started getting hard to find products in the shops. At least for me, I hadn't had a problem getting Pokemon stuff until Prismatic Evolutions, and I really, really wanted this tin, and unfortunately I couldn't find it anywhere. The only places I could find it, it was selling for sort of £20 or more. That is still the case, unfortunately. And Card School just happened to have this on his streams. He wasn't even going to sell it that day, and he sold it to me for £10, which I thought was good at the time and still good now. Now, it's not just the tin, it was a sealed tin, so it did have Prismatic Evolutions packs in it. I've obviously ripped those a long time ago. I'm using the tin for something else now, but it also came with a Eevee coin and a little card, a little Sylveon card. So this had to make the list because I was ever so grateful that I managed to find it at a reasonable price. I'm going to splice some footage in here from my April 2025 video, but coming in at number 6 is my Darkness Ablaze ETB from Skillinger. Now, I do still have the ETB box. We're using it to store cards, but of course I did open the ETB and we didn't get that many pulls, as you'll see from the footage, but I was just still happy to open it. Now, the reason this has made the list is, again, it was an incredibly hard time to find sealed Pokemon products, and Skillinger sold it to me for £50, which I thought was an absolute bargain for a Darkness Ablaze ETB. I'm not sure I'd find it for that again, and so it really, really made my day to purchase that. It really did. So coming in at number 5, we have yet another plushie, and that is my Baneri Pokédoll, the one you see right here on the left, again from Haneke. So this is a very special purchase. Haneke did a plushie stream, and with vouchers, I think I got this for £36, but the memories associated with it are what puts it on this list as well. Like I say, it was a plushie stream, and I won one of these spot buyers, and I also won a Piplup plushie, which I still have as well. Pokédolls are incredibly hard to find and quite expensive, so to have a Pokédoll in my collection, I'm very, very grateful. As I have mentioned previously, there is a Spinder Pokédoll, but whether I'll be getting that or not is a matter of debate because they are very, very expensive. But I absolutely love this Baneri Pokédoll. I will treasure it forever, so that's why it made number 5 on the list. So coming in at number 4 is actually Haneke again, so you can tell who my favourite seller on Whatnot is, or favourite sellers, I should say. Number 4 had to be my Spinder figure. This is the first and only Spinder figure that I currently own, and I love it so, so much. I adore it. There is a variant of this where this pattern here is a heart shape, so I will definitely have to keep my eye out for that. But yes, very, very pleased to have this Spinder figure, and it had to make my top 10. Of course it did. I should have said this earlier, that I love all of these purchases equally. I have to do a ranking video, but I'm not ranking them on what my absolute favourite is. Anyway, number 3 is my Old Maid deck from Purple People. So the reason I got this Old Maid deck is, of course, you can see Spinder on the front there. I think Spinder may be on the back as well. No, Spinder's not on the back. But this is a complete Old Maid deck, and I had to have it as part of the Spinder collection, of course. I absolutely love it. The cards inside are sealed. The box is a little bit battered, but that's okay. Then speaking of Old Maid, in at number 2 has to be my graded Old Maid Spinder. This is a Gem Mint 10. This is from Ace Grading, and I bought this from Hadders. Now, this is a little bit of a spoiler for January's Whatnot video, but the guard you see around it, the red guard, I actually purchased this month, so you'll see this a little bit later on in the month. But how good does it look with that graded guard? So again, the guard was bought separately a couple of months later, so we are just focusing on the card here. But I don't collect graded Pokemon cards, as you guys know. I had to make an exception for this Old Maid Spinder. And in at number 1, I don't think this will be a surprise to anybody if you watch my videos. Of course, it's Spinder themed. We're just going to slide over here. It is my Spinder plate from the Card Collector UK. So this is my Spinder Christmas plate, and this had to be number 1. I love it so much. Just look at all the different Pokemon on it. In terms of what I collect, you have Spinder, Plusle, Minun, and Whismur on the one plate. It's just brilliant for me. It's perfect. I love it so much. I have it displayed here on the display stand. I will be doing a video probably next month on my complete Spinder collection. I have already done a video on my Spinder collection. However, I have made a new binder since then, and I really want to show off my binder because I love it so much. But this plate had to be number 1. For a start, it wasn't offered to anybody else but me. The Card Collector made sure that I had first refusal, and of course I wasn't going to refuse it, so I'm ever so grateful for that. Thank you so much, and it will be treasured forever. So there we have it. That is my top 10 favourite Pokemon purchases that I purchased on Whatnot of 2025. So thank you very much for watching. If you are a Pokemon fan or a Pokemon collector, let me know in the comments box below what your favourite Pokemon is. And until next time, bye Embers.